Hello and welcome to my warm-up, because I get so many questions about my warm-up, and in this video I show you my warm-up for my lower body training. So let's get right into it. Lower body, warm-up, there is not a perfect warm-up, there's only a perfect warm-up for you. It's individual, as well as there's not a perfect training plan, there's only a perfect training plan for you individual. So you need to warm up for your aches and pains, for your needs. And for my lower body training, of course, I warm up with my lower body, and you just will see me go through the motions and I let you know my thoughts about warm up. Many people overcomplicate warm-ups and do way too much, what I see, because the goal of warming up is to warm up for the next task, for the exercise ahead, and not to stretch, not to get further into certain positions, no, just to warm up the specific muscles. And the best way to do it is exercise specific. What are you about to do? And I always recommend starting with compound movements. So for my lower body training, I will soon start with squats. For all my lower body trainings, I start with squats. For all my upper body trainings, I start with bench press. So here, because especially my hips, that's the point for me that feels stiff. That's why I do this kickbacks and just loosen up the hips really to get them loose, and that I feel comfortable in the lowest position of the squat. And that's what I do. If your hips are always loosey-goosey, then do other exercises. And as I said, the best warm-ups are exercise specific. So what exercise are you about to do? I do squats, so I warm up mostly with squats. You will see soon, and that's what I recommend. Don't do all this fancy stuff. No, what exercise are you about to do? For example, squats. Then do some air squats, do some lightweight squats, because you exactly target the muscles you're about to train exactly the same. You activate them and you warm them up. So do the exercise with lightweight. But before I do that, you see here I did like a down dog. This here really opening up my hips, because that's, as I said, my point which always gets stiff, and I warm it up and then feel so much better the squats. But as I said, find what works for you. Where are your weak spots? If it's your ankles, my ankles for example, they don't need much warm up because they're super flexible. But if you don't get low enough for your squats, if they feel tight, then especially warm up your ankles. Or your knees. If your knees hurt and they feel stiff, then do more for your knees. And as I said, don't stretch, but warm up. Stretching is when you stay in a stretch and try to get further, to get further into the stretch. But warm up is dynamic, that you move in the stretch, that you move your body, that you keep blood flowing, you increase your blood flow, and you prepare the muscle for the exercise that is ahead, and you don't try to get further. That is often counterproductive. So do it dynamically and move your body, move your DNA. And as you see here, lots of hip openers for me. And that's what I mostly do. Just open up my hip, do a down dog, my lower back. That is also a thing I like to, that gets stiff, my lower back. That's why you saw the down dog. And yeah, that's it. And now, soon after that, I shall go for my warm-up sets. And that's why I always recommend you can leave all the stuff you just saw and just start by exercise-specific warm-ups, by doing the actual exercise, lightweight, and then increase from there. And then you activate exactly the muscles you're about to train and activate them. And after that, after your first exercise, you don't need to warm up anymore. You just keep on with your training. Maybe do 1 to 2 sets of lightweight just to activate the right muscle groups. But after your first exercise, you're always completely warmed up and can just start. Like I do here, empty barbell, 20 kilograms. Then the empty barbell weighs 20 kilograms. So 10 reps, Then 40 kilograms. So I put on 10 kilograms on each side with 8 reps. Then 60 kilograms with 6 reps, 80 kilograms with 4 reps, 90 kilograms with 2 reps. And then I start here, for example, 5 by 5. Let's go. And that's it. Adjust the weights for your maximum, for your first set. So if you don't do like 100 kilo or whatever, then you know, less weight, but take enough warm-up sets that you really warm up those muscles, activate them. And that's what I'm doing right here. The exercise-specific warm-up is always the best, because I repeat myself, it activates exactly the right muscles you are about to train, and there is no better way than to warm up. And there's so much fancy stuff that is optional, but you don't need it, and don't spend too much time on warming up. Better, quick warm-up, hit the gym hard, and then after your training, take some time to stretch, and then stretch with purpose, where you actually come further into certain positions. And if you're not flexible enough for the compound movements, then work first on that. But that's so quickly achievable in about a couple of weeks to a month. It's really easy to get the range of motion and the mobility for all the compound exercises. So learn that first, and if you have that, there is no reason to get more flexible. It's all optional. You won't make more gains when you're more flexible. So get the basic mobility for all the compound movements, and more is not needed. And if you want more, then after your training, because then you're warmed up and you can stretch, you can cool down. And yeah, that's it, guys. You see it. And now 100 kilograms, and I do those 2 reps or those 1 rep. It depends. You know, what I just gave you, the structure, it's not fixed, but it's around that. Yeah, just did 1 rep, felt great. You know, I always do by feeling, like, how do I feel? Sometimes, you know, I'm so pumped up, I only need like 3 warm-up sets. And sometimes, oh, everything feels tight, I take 6 warm-up sets. And slowly increase the weight, that it's not all of a sudden, oh, now it feels super heavy. No, just go simple, step by step, and then it basically never feels heavy, because you're always used to it. But if you jump around from empty barbell and then load it full up, and you're like, whoa, this is so heavy. And a great indicator is, if you're stronger at your second set, then you didn't warm up properly. If you're stronger at your second or third set than your first, you didn't warm up properly. So your first set is always where you're the strongest, and then your performance decreases drastically. So if you're not the strongest at your first set, then hey, I didn't warm up properly. So there you have it. So soon I will record for my upper body training my warm up, and then I'll share it with you too. I hope you like this quick random warm up, and let me know what you think. Do you take your warm up seriously, or too seriously, as many guys, and just spend way too much time on it and even lose performance because you just got so loosened up and your body even starts to relax? You know, when you foam roll deep tissue with a lacrosse ball, your body gets even this massage, it gets tired, relaxed. That's what you don't want. So keep it simple, keep it effective, and keep the stretching, keep it for after the workout. That's all I have to say. Train, exercise specific, warm up, exercise specifically. That's the most effective way. Quickly, effective. I repeat myself, so thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.